Welcome to The Difference Makers, a Paladin security podcast. We'll take you inside the world of security and share firsthand expertise from our industry professionals. Join us as we dive into everything security and explore the journeys of those who go above and beyond to make our world a safer and friendlier place.
Welcome to another episode of The Difference Makers. Join us today as we dive into the ever-evolving world of security with Client Service Manager Natalia Russ. With her 14 plus years of experience, she uncovers unique insights into what a security career can be and explores new approaches that can shape the way security programs are being developed today. Well, hello, Natalia, and welcome to the Difference Makers podcast. It's great to have you here. Thanks for joining us. And how are you?
I'm really great. Thanks for having me and for inviting me to join your podcast.
No worries. We're super honored to have you here. So let's just dive right into it. I guess before anything else, I would just like to know a bit about your security background. I guess what got you into the world of security? Where did everything start for you?
Well, everything started with Paladin. So my security career started with Paladin in 2009. I actually used to work as a frontline staff at one of the commercial buildings that we used to have at that time. More like an information officer, looking after not only the building, but also car key administration for different sides of Alberta. Mm-hmm. I really loved it. It was a combination of customer experience and security. And that was something that I enjoyed doing every day.
Yeah.
I was coming to work very, very full of enthusiasm and trying to learn something new because it was something really different from what I used to do. Mm-hmm. And what I used to do, I don't think that I would do it anytime in my life anymore.
What was that?
I was teaching.
So you prefer security over teaching?
100%.
That's funny. You coming from teaching and then joining security. So you've been with Paladin, has it been 13 years, I think?
It's 14 and a half.
Okay, so you're a long runner. Love it. So you chose security. You started as a frontline security officer and kind of move up the ranks. What was your next role, or what was your transition before becoming a client service manager?
Well, actually, I'm a perfect example of promotion from within. I worked as a site supervisor for about a year. And then I moved to Edmonton branch office as a general supervisor. I was doing scheduling, some operational stuff, like making sure that our guards have everything they need to perform their job. Within a couple of years, I was then promoted to a contract manager's position. We had a huge portfolio. So I was a contract manager, main point of contact for this client. And in 2015, I was offered to be a CSM. And here I am.
Amazing. And before I ask about your position right now, I'd love to know, why did you choose security as a fulfilling career for you? Why did you decide to stay in the security industry? I mean, a lot of people stay and have long careers like you and grow from within and move through the ranks. But some people decide, to move on to maybe law enforcement. Some people become nurses, paramedics. So why did you decide to stay within the security industry? What was the big thing for you?
Well, every day is different in this role. If you are an OCD person, to be a CSM is not your cup of tea.
Okay.
Because I can plan my week as much as I can, and then nothing goes as expected. Mm-hmm. So I'm so used to this that every day is like a new job to me.
Right.
All these challenges, something happening at a site, canceling one meeting, having other priorities. Taking care of an issue at the site. So it's just every day is something new, and every day, this experience is just something that you learn from.
Right. So now that you're talking about it, I kind of want to go into a day in the life of a CSM, a client service manager. It sounds from what you're saying that you're basically the link between the client and the security team, and kind of how your security team can fulfill the needs of our clients, and kind of be in constant communication with both client and security team. Is that correct?
Correct.
So I know that you have a lot of experience in the, commercial, residential towers, retail security kind of thing. What are some of the big things about this kind of locations, shopping malls and residential towers? Like, what are some of the main challenges that you see in this, with your clients?
When it comes to commercial security and residential security, I feel like the most important thing is to make sure that your employees understand what is expected of them. And it's a combination of the CSM's relationship with the property management group and with the frontline staff. So if you are being respected and being heard by the frontline staff, if they're following all the requisite duties for the site, if they ask questions and they get the answers, then I think that our service is always successful.
Right. I'm curious because it is known that in the security industry, malls and shopping centers and public places like this are a good representation of the communities that we live and work in. And like every bigger city in Canada, some of these places are facing, people with mental health issues, homelessness, addictions, and that kind of leads sometimes to, unwanted activities within these places. So how do you tackle that with the client? How do you see the challenge, see the need, and kind of talk to your security team, adapt your security program to, tackle these challenges? Or what do you do?
It's always a work in progress, right? And not only us and the client should be involved in this kind of issue. All the stakeholders need to take part in this process. I'm just going to take an example from our mall. We are getting involved with City of Edmonton. We get police involved in this process to ensure that the challenges that we have at these malls with mental health issues are dealt with properly and not just being shooed away to a different location. It's hard. It's really hard because I think that we reached a point where not only Edmonton is facing this challenge, but a lot of other big cities. We have introduced a lot of staff gathering for our malls to ensure that we see when the activity is happening, to ensure that the client is aware that we're keeping track of everything. And then we have no problems changing the scope of our service as well, depending on the situation we're in. So it is a work in progress. And I think that we're pretty successful in terms of being proactive and offering our client the service that they're expecting.
That's amazing. And I love how you say that you're having this staff gatherings to kind of prepare yourself for the day and that kind of stuff. Because in previous episodes of The Difference Makers, where we talk about training, I remember us talking about how, in the past, security officers or security guards, people would think about their training and they would think management of aggressive behavior and, emergency response, but no one would train security professionals in the mental health realm. It's kind of new that we teach security professionals how to deal with people with mental health because it is an empathetic approach. And I love how you are doing this kind of staff gatherings and you let your staff know what is expected from them or what they can expect from situations like this.
We are a small family and we do discuss different approaches. We do ensure that the guards are getting the training that they need. And let's face it, our guards nowadays, they go through massive training before they are allowed to work as a frontline staff.
Right. Yeah. No, I think Paladin is kind of raising the bar of what is required when it comes to training because, the minimum that the industry requires is not good enough. And we're kind of trying to raise that bar for our security professionals. So yeah, I totally understand. So when you dealing like in a day-to-day basis, what makes your security program so successful, or what kind of tips do you have, for other CSMs to make security programs as successful as yours?
Okay. Well, here I cannot take credit for everything.
Yeah.
What I can take credit for is I'm a good judge of character and I hire the right people. So hiring the right people who can do something better than you, that's actually the beginning of a successful program. And that's what happened with the retail sides. I do have a security programs manager who helps me a lot, and he can do some things that I'm not really good at.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a great site security manager at the retail side that has some talents that we don't. So as a combination, all three of us and the frontline staff, we do come up with a really good security program. So I think the most important thing is hire the right people.
Mm. Yeah, no, that's definitely important. And I think if you do that, then everything else is easier. Now, with all your security experience, you said 14 and a half years in the field and in the office, you probably know a lot of the security industry and what's going on. So where do you think the security industry is going? Have you seen any trends that could impact the industry in the coming years, or how do you see yourself adapting to those trends or anything like that?
Well, what I can tell you is if I compare what throughout this 14 and a half years, like obviously I can compare security in 2009 and security in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So if we compare this two periods of time, I can say that nowadays our security guards, they go through so much more training that they used to.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started my security career without any training.
Mm.
I didn't receive the basic security training that you're required to obtain a security license. At that time, security licenses were actually issued to companies, not to individuals.
Mm-hmm.
So now I think that sometimes our guards know more than I do because they are on the floor and they deal with everything day to day. And I feel like technology, a part of security is replaced by technology,
Mm-hmm.
but I still think it's not ready to replace physical security completely. We will still need physical security. We will still need humans to offer the security services that we offer nowadays. So unless you reach out to me in 5 years, if I'm still alive and something changes drastically, but I think that it's a combination of technology and physical security, and it's going to last for a while.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I think that, we're heading towards a technological, we're always heading in that direction. And I think how it impacts the security world is kind of working physical security and technological security together, and how can they kind of cooperate with each other, right? And that's where I guess the next level could be. I don't know. It's an interesting question. Going back to, working with a lot of property managers in this case, because I'm guessing a lot of the clients, your main point of contact are property managers. Is that correct? So they have a perspective on their property. You have one as well. How does the communication work between you and the property manager? What are like some of the best practices that you can, as a CSM, that, to kind of work with a property manager?
I usually develop a special approach for every property manager. Sometimes I deal with operations managers as well, mm-hmm. when the property manager has multiple sites, multiple properties. Usually, like, it depends. To compare, I have a property manager who likes to be informed of every little thing, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
We are doing what they need.
Right.
And then I have another one who doesn't want to be bothered for every little thing and just wants to be informed themselves of something big going on. So I think that special approach needs to be taken with each property manager. Plus, being a woman in security, I find it that I have to work twice as hard. But there is a benefit because property management is being taken over by females as well. So yeah, so I think that this is actually beneficial to me because I can get along with them really well. I know what they want because I'm a woman as well. Mm-hmm. And most of my property managers are actually females.
That's super cool.
It doesn't mean that I won't get along with men in the roles of property managers. I am trying to make sure that they feel appreciated and that we really care, and we will make sure that we will take care of their property, providing the excellent service.
Amazing. We're heading towards the end of this, but you, Natalia, what do you love the most about working in this exploding industry? Because it's evolving so fast, like we just mentioned. What do you love the most about working in it? And I guess what's next for you? What are your kind of your short-term, long-term goals? How do you want to, leave your mark or your legacy in this security industry?
I do get that some people, when they are holding one position for so many years, they're thinking, well, I think that I'm done. I need to move on. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is not it for me because every day is different. How can you get bored if every day brings you something new? Mm-hmm. You can start your day at 2:00 in the morning, like I did last night, because we had an issue at a site. So this is not boring to me. Or you can have a quieter day when you can just enjoy some conversations around the office, or maybe go for lunch with a client, right? So you can actually, apart from the things that you need to respond to right away and that need your attention, you can actually make your day. And I feel like this is something that I love the most. The second would be the fact that I really care about people in the field. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's not fair to them to not give them direction, mm-hmm. not help them and giving them the tools that they need to perform their job. That's why I have different guards approaching me, sending me emails. They know 100% that I will treat their concern seriously. And I always do have a habit to respond to any emails sent by guards because I understand that they will feel the care mm-hmm. that we offer. So in terms of security and the services we provide, I really feel satisfied when the client turns around and says during our monthly meeting that they have no concerns and everything is going well, mm-hmm. and that our guards are doing a great job. It makes my day, it makes my month. So I feel like this is something that everyone should strive for. Mm-hmm. Like care for our guards and make sure that our clients have no concerns during our monthly meetings.
Right. And I understand that you have a lot of properties within close proximity, which allows you to know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And kind of learn from each other. And hey, if we had something happening at this site, and I learned this, let's apply it on this one, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, actually, there are a lot of things going on downtown, and the properties that are located downtown, mm-hmm. they can learn from each other. And I do give them ideas on how to improve communication among guards, on how to secure their side, on what training we can offer our guards to ensure that they know how to deal with different situations. Because mm-hmm. mental health issue is really big nowadays. So,
it is.
And I feel for all guards when they have to deal with that.
Right. No, 100%. Well, speaking of that, in all your transition, these 14 and a half years, you moved from frontline and being a security officer, from being in the field to the office. You had a lot of experience. Do you have any advice for security professionals out there wanting to kind of, do the same, either join the security industry and grow or transition from field to the office? I guess, how would you tell them to get the most out of their security experience to grow?
Well, first of all, they need to be patient, right? I'm more of an old school person. And I do tell them that they need to be patient, and they also need to show what they want by going above and beyond, by taking that extra step. Just sitting there and waiting for someone to give you something or offer you something, it's just not going to work. That's what I did. I was going above and beyond in my first role as a frontline staff. At that time, I actually did not understand that I was doing that. It's just something that I like to do. And I also, with my site managers and site supervisors, I try to have conversations with them, giving them tricks on how to ensure that our client is being taken care of, what to do in different situations to diffuse a situation, and not only to come to the client and tell them that we've taken care of that, but to give them the solution, to give them an action plan on how to avoid being in the same situation as before. So I feel like I have enough people who can take over my spot. And this is something that I've been working on for a while. And it's just the patience that they need.
Right.
You're not able to become a CSM in 6 months. We need you to care. If the person cares, they will easily adapt to our culture. They will easily take all the best practices that we offer. We have so many talented people that I'm really happy, and I consider myself lucky working with them. I would like to also mention is that the grass is not always greener on the other side of the fence, and that we can make our own workplace a place that we want to come back to every morning.
Right. And make a difference every day.
Absolutely.
Well, Natalia, this has been a fantastic chat. There were so many good things in here. Thank you for being part of the Difference Makers, because you are definitely a difference maker. And you take care out there, Natalia. Yeah,
you too. Talk to you in 5 years.
Okay, we'll talk in 5. Okay, we'll talk in 5 years to see if our theories about technology and security are accurate. Well, thank you so much again, and take care, Natalia. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Diego. Have a good day.
Hey, thanks for tuning in with the Difference Makers. If you want to hear more about the ins and outs of the security industry from real professionals, be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share. Also, check out new episodes on the first Tuesday of every month. Till next time.